Hi everyone and welcome back. Today's video is my September and October update for Pan That Palette 2016. For those of you who are new to my channel, my goal for this year for Pan That Palette is just to hit pan on all shades, not to finish up a whole palette itself. But I picked out two palettes for this year. They're both Urban Decay. The first one is the Naked Original. And the other one is the Book of Shadows. I believe it's, I always say it, but I believe it's the Volume 4. So, the reason why I did miss last update, and it's going to be the same reason for on the low buy, is because I did towards the end of September, start purchasing some palettes, like the holiday palettes or the fall palettes that were coming out. And I really were just going ahead and testing them out and using them. So I really didn't get a chance to really use my two palettes for September and October like I have been the past several months. So I sort of skipped my on the low buy because I did return things and stuff like that. So I wanted to make sure I gave you an accurate like account or amount of what I spent. And it's the same thing for my Pan That palette. Like I said, I've really been working out of those other palettes because I've been testing them out. So there was really not a lot of progress to show. But I do have some, so I want to go ahead and, you know, obviously make a video for basically September and October. So the last where I had left off in the Naked Original is I had two shades left, which is Creep and Gunmetal. My goal though for September and October was to just hit pan on Creep. So I will insert a picture of what my palette looked like my last update, which would have been in August. And so this is what my palette looks like now. So as you can see, I have hit pan on Creep. It's right there. And for obviously Creep, I'm really just, hold on, hopefully you can see it. Okay. For Creep, I'm really just going ahead and using it as a outer corner or outer V type of a shade, or I will put like eyeliner on my top lid and then use the black, the Creep, to smudge it out, or do the same thing with the bottom lid. I'll put it on my lower lash line. Did I say bottom lid? I meant lower lash line. Put eyeliner or, you know, or whatever eyeliner I'm using, and then just go ahead and smudge it out with Creep on my lower lash line. So I finally, well, poked a little hole there, so there we are with that. As you can see, every single shade, this one, it's down here, but every shade has hit pan, and now my last one is going to be Gunmetal. So that's what I'm going to be working on for November. And then for my Volume 4, I believe I had, let's see, I believe it was, it's been a while. I actually should have probably looked at my last video, which I didn't. But I believe it was 3 shades, I want to say, that I wanted to go ahead and hit pan, which was Midnight Cowgirl, Midnight Rodeo, and Lost. I will go ahead and put a picture of what it looked like before. And for those of you who are new, you will notice that I have 2 shades, or 3 shades, which is Gunmetal, Cobra, and Sin, that I'm not even doing anything with in this palette because they're sort of like dupes in this palette. Well, Gunmetal and Sin are both in this palette, which I've already hit pan in. And my beginning goal was I wanted to make sure that I hit pan in every single shade of this palette. So because Gunmetal and Sin are repeats in here, I'm not touching those. And Cobra is like how I would use Creep. So I'm really not looking at Cobra. Cobra, it is like a black, but it has more green to it. And the way that I would really use that is the same way that I would use Creep. So those 3 shades are the only shades I'm really not touching from this palette, but everything else I wanted to hit pan on. So let's just see how I did. So as you can see here, Midnight, what is this? I always forget. Midnight Cowgirl, I did hit pan. Midnight Rodeo is about to hit pan. And Lost is still right there. I still haven't hit pan in those. So that's okay. Like I said, with these 2 shades, the Midnight Rodeo and Cowgirl, they are extremely glittery and have tons of fallout. How I have been wearing them, if I do wear them on my lid, is I make sure that I obviously go put some glitter glue on my lid, and I also do spray it with some Max Fix Plus, and it does help with the fallout, but it doesn't really matter. Any of the things I've tried, I'm still getting fallout on my cheeks. I have used Midnight Cowgirl and Rodeo as body shimmers with just a big fluffy brush. and I put it on my body. I do like the Midnight Cowgirl better for that purpose. The Midnight Rodeo is still a little bit dark. I mean, I can get away with it, but I do like the way the Cowgirl looks on me with that. I've tried both in lotions, and I do not like them mixed with lotion. It just is more of a, I don't know, just a stronger, I don't know, glitter look, where with the powder brush, it's more of a softer shimmer. So, but you know, I mean, that's how I'm using them. And Lost, I just use for, like I said, almost like how I'd use Creep. I sometimes go a little bit more like the outer third. I'll use Lost, but I don't put it all over my lid. So for going forward for November, I'm going to be working on the same shades, since those are the last 3 shades I have to use. So, not 3 shades, I'm sorry, because I hit Pan in Midnight Cowgirl. I'm going to be focusing on Lost and Midnight Rodeo, since those are my last 2 shades from this palette. So, I mean, I have no doubt in my mind that between November and December, I can get done with these 3 shades from both palettes. And yeah, I mean, I've been I've been saying it, I think pretty much almost every month that I do an update, but I really have. This year has been like a really good year for me, as far as I have not really gotten bored using these palettes at all. Obviously, I hate that my other palettes are just sort of sitting and waiting, and I do try to use once or twice a week other palettes, but on the whole, I literally have focused on these 2 palettes this whole entire year. Other than, I would say, really, unless I was sick or something, where I wasn't wearing any makeup, and I would say maybe since September, since the other palettes started coming out, those are probably the biggest breaks that I've taken from these 2 palettes. Other than that, I've been really using them. So I'm thrilled that I've been able to hit pan on what I've hit pan on so far. That is my update. I'll be back at the end of November to show you my progress. And yeah, if you guys are doing Pan That Palette or hit the pan, let me know. As far as the middle-aged beauties or MAB group that I'm part of, we are still doing giveaways. I believe when this goes up, the one will be sort of ending, where the winner already has been picked out but maybe not announced. But always keep an eye out for that, because another one should be announced soon, in the next couple of days, as far as who's hosting it next. So yeah, I hope you guys are all having a blessed day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys. Mwah.